Hello, 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 and thank you for joining me for another episode of What's Bubbling. I am your content and branding strategist, Renee Jamerson, and today we are going to address the topic of how to figure out exactly what your audience wants. I've seen this question posted on tons of Instagram pages, tons of Facebook groups, and I'm finding that lots of entrepreneurs are spending money with, not to talk about any money, but coaching, consultants, courses, all types of things. They're spending money on these things and then asking after the fact, I've done all this, but how do I know what they want? Which is a little cringeworthy, in my opinion. Now, if you've been following me from the beginning of the year, you know that I started out this year with my content mission statement template, which identifies and helps you to break down, who your target audience is, or at least get you thinking about it, even if you don't know. What it is, your branding messages, and where you're headed with your content. And that statement was meant to really be a pillar to help you put together your content marketing campaigns and really get out there and promote your business. So, hopefully you downloaded that freebie. If not, you can get it on my website, Bubbling, that's without the G, BubblingMarketing with the G.com, BubblingMarketing.com. And you can just grab that statement and fill it out, get you thinking about your target audience. And if you find that you don't know who your target audience is, then obviously you're not going to know what they want. But today, I'm here talking to you about how you can find out what your audience wants with 5 easy steps or actions, 5 easy actions that you can take to find out what your audience wants. Action number 1 is to create a graphic, use an image, anything that'll grab your audience's attention on Facebook or Instagram. You can even send it out in an email if that works for you. I suggest social media just because, turnaround time is a bit quicker. Post a question to your audience and just ask them, is there anything that, you can do for them? What is something that they're struggling with? If you have an idea or some content that you want to build around that plays into your sales funnel, because that's very important, you want to make sure that it ties into your sales funnel, you can actually go ahead and post. For any of you that has been following me today, you may have seen that I posted on my Instagram account, who's interested in a content creation masterclass. From that question, I got some interested, parties saying, yes, I would be interested in a content creation masterclass. And so with that, you can take that bit of information and right away you see what your audience needs help with. And if the piece of content that you're thinking about creating ties into a pain point that they have, because remember, your content is not to make you happy or even not to just sell your products. It has to address a need that your audience has, or even maybe a want. So a graphic asking a question, or a post asking a question, asking them what they need from you. A second way that you can figure out what your audience wants is to ask them a question, because people may be a little shy. So you can ask them a question in an email. With the first one, you want to put a call to action and ask them to comment below your post. With this one, you can just randomly ask the question and then say, hit me in my inbox. Some people will come along sometimes and they may like the post, but then they won't answer the question. And it could be just because they're a little shy. So you may encourage them to go ahead on and inbox you and just respond and say, thanks for the inquiry, I'll be happy to address that for you. It could be even, if you are dealing with one-on-one coaching sessions, a step into a conversation, an entryway into that conversation. A third way that you can find out what your audience wants and needs from you is to conduct a survey amongst your current clients or program enrollees. So if you have like a membership program, if you have Facebook groups, something where you already have a really tight knit of people that you can go to and say, hey, we've been working together on this. Is there anything else I can help you with? people will be happy to respond, especially if you've been doing a great job. So, you know, the current clients you have, a perfect source of what people may be looking for, and needs and things that they may have that you're not addressing at the moment, or maybe you have an idea, you can run it by them and just see what they say. Doesn't hurt. And the fourth way that you can find out what it is that your audience wants is to ask a biz buddy. Some people are already in mastermind groups. Maybe you have a group of, you know, confidants and people that you go to, your accountability partners, and maybe they're in a relative industry, or maybe you're in the same industry or avenue of helping whoever. Let's say for me, people that are helping others, entrepreneurs online. Now, I address mostly specifically content marketing and branding, but if I have a biz buddy, maybe they're addressing just finding confidence in their business. They may get a bunch of questions from people that they're working with inquiring about content marketing, and they may not necessarily have, you know, that may not be their specialty. And hopefully, you know, if they're really good, they're referring those people to you. But you can always use those people as a source of information and say, hey, you know, in my area of expertise, does anyone come to you with any types of, you know, problems or anything that they need solved? Is there any questions that they're asking you? Sometimes even on their, if you follow those people on Instagram, you can see social media pages that you're following. You can literally see people ask questions, and sometimes it's in regards to what you do. And I wouldn't say, you know, reach out, jump in their DM and get all creepy, but, you know, simply replying to their comment and answering their question could help you generate a lead. So, you know, I wouldn't suggest doing that on any competitors' pages because it's kind of like poaching. But, you know, those are ways that you can find out what it is that your audience is looking for. And finally, number 5 is to read. Read every industry report that comes out in your industry. Find blog sites, business magazines. People comment on those things. They ask questions. Industry reports are really good at letting you know your industry's pain points, how many people are getting their needs met, what's really working in your industry. So hopefully you're reading your industry reports and really, you know, being a student of your craft and not just, you know, living with what you know, because eventually you will become, you know, archaic and outdated, and, you know, and you don't want that to happen. You want your business to have longevity. So you want to make sure that you are, you know, you're a student in life. You're going to keep up with your industry. You're going to keep up with the changes and the knowledge and the things that you can acquire to help the people that you are serving, because at the end of the day, that should be your main passion, is that you want to help them. Your business wants to help them. And so that concludes my 5 ways that you can find out what it is your audience needs or wants from you. Very quick, very simple, nothing too complicated. So find out what it is they need, because other than that, you're just kind of posting and not really helping anyone, and you don't want that to happen. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share and like once I post it on social media. Feel free to comment if you have any questions. Even if you have some brilliant ideas of how you may have found out what it is your audience needed, or like, share it. You know, we're all here to learn from each other. And, you know, I'm never afraid to share what it is I know with you guys. Hopefully you feel the same way. And, you know, until next time, keep it bubbling.